You sit down for breakfast, thinking it is the most peaceful part of your day. Maybe it is a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, or a warm cup of coffee. It feels harmless giving comforting. But what if that everyday choice, something millions have suggested without a second thought, is quietly harming your brain? What if the very food that seems to fuel your morning is slowly eroding memory, focus, and clarity over time? Neurologists have found that certain common breakfast foods can trigger inflammation, disrupt blood sugar, and stress neurons in ways that aren't obvious until months or years later. The result can be subtle, forgetting names, misplacing items, or struggling to concentrate signs that your brain is delicate networks are being weakened. The good news is that the right morning habits can protect and even repair these neural pathways. With small, mindful changes, it is possible to safeguard memory, sharpen focus, and maintain independence. Imagine starting each day with a brain-boosting routine that restores clarity rather than draining it, giving your mind the nourishment it truly needs to stay sharp, alert, and fully in control of your life. If protecting your memory, focus, and independence matters to you, you're in the right place. This channel is dedicated to helping people over 50 stay mentally sharp, energized, and confident through simple, science-backed habits that really work. Take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and join our community of singers looking out for each other's health. Share your experiences in the comments too, because learning together makes these small, daily changes easy and more effective. With the right guidance and consistent effort, you can protect your brain and enjoy clearer, more vibrant days. Highly processed cereals with added sugar may seem like a convenient and even healthy breakfast option, especially with claims of being low-fat or fortified. For many singers, these boxes line the pantry, offering a quick start to the day without much thought. But behind the bright packaging and enticing flavors lies a quiet threat to brain health. Refined sugars in these cereals trigger rapid spikes in insulin, which in turn causes inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. Neurologists warn that repeated daily consumption can accelerate neuron damage and compromise the hippocampus. The brain region responsible for short-term memory and learning. Sugar's effect on the brain is more than just a momentary energy surge. When insulin levels rise sharply, the body responds with a counter-reaction, blood sugar drops, leaving neurons undernourished and stressed. Over time, this cycle promotes the formation of amyloid plaques, sticky protein deposits that interfere with neuron communication. These plaques are a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease and contribute to the gradual cognitive decline that many singers fear. Studies show that all the adults WHO consume sugary cereals every morning score lower on memory and attention tests compared to peers WHO choose whole grain, high-fiber breakfasts. The effect is cumulative. Even small amounts of sugar eaten regularly can slowly erode brain function. Artificial colors, flavorings, and preservatives present in processed cereals add another layer of concern. These chemicals can increase oxidative stress, creating free radicals that damage neuron membranes. Singers are particularly vulnerable because the brain is natural antioxidant defenses weaken with age. Neurologists emphasize that while a sweet cereal may be enjoyable in the moment, repeated exposure to these additives contributes to long-term inflammation, memory lapses, and decreased focus. Even fortified cereals, marketed as brain healthy or immune boosting, often mask high sugar content that negates any edit. Vitamins or minerals, fiber and protein are critical for stabilizing blood sugar and supporting cognition. Yet most sugary cereals provide minimal amounts of either. Without these stabilizers, the brain experiences a roller coaster of energy surges and crashes, impairing concentration and decision-making. Japanese studies on older adults have linked high sugar breakfast to slower reaction times, increased forgetfulness, and difficulty with multitasking. These effects can accumulate silently over months and years, eroding severe independence. Singers work hard to maintain. The timing of sugar consumption also matters. Eating high sugar cereals immediately after waking can exacerbate cortisol spikes, compounding stress hormone effects on neurons. Cortisol interferes with synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections, which is essential for learning and memory retention. When combined with insulin fluctuations, this creates a toxic environment for neurons, undermining the brain's natural repair mechanisms that are most effective in daily morning. Alternatives are simple and effective. Whole grain oats, quinoa flakes, or unsweetened muesli provide fiber and micronutrients without overloading the brain with sugar. Pairing this with a source of protein like Greek yogurt, nuts, or seeds stabilizes blood sugar and provides amino acids essential for neurotransmitter synthesis. These nutrient-rich breakfasts support memory, focus, and overall cognitive resilience, offering singers a gentle, sustainable boost to start the day. Ultimately, avoiding highly processed sugary cereals is less about restriction and more about protection. Every morning, the brain has a chance to reset, restore, and prepare for the day. Feeding it refined sugar and additives, sabotages that process, wire whole, minimally processed foods, nourish neurons, reduce inflammation, and strengthen memory pathways. Forcing yes this small change, swapping a sugary cereal for a fiber-rich, protein-packed alternative can make a measurable difference in cognition, mood, and long-term independence, helping the mind stay sharp and resilient for years to come. Refined grains such as white bread and bagels are a common part of many breakfast routines, but they can have a hidden impact on brain health, especially for seniors. These foods are rapidly digested, causing sharp spikes in blood sugar levels. While a sudden surge of glucose might provide a brief burst of energy, the effect is short-lived and often followed by a crash. Over time, repeated blood sugar spikes can increase oxidative stress in neurons, damaging cell membranes, and impairing communication between brain cells. This oxidative stress is a key factor linked to a health-related cognitive decline and an elevated risk of Alzheimer's disease, cerebral. Studies in older adults have demonstrated a clear connection between high glycemic breakfasts and faster cognitive decline. Participants, WHO frequently consumed white bread, bagels, or other refined grains showed reduced memory performance and slower processing speed compared to those WHO chose whole grain alternatives. Research suggests that the combination of rapid glucose fluctuations and insufficient fiber accelerates neurodegenerative processes, making daily food choices a significant factor in long-term brain health. Since WHO switch away from refined grains, often notice more stable energy levels, improved focus, and reduced mental fatigue throughout the morning. Refined grains also lack essential nutrients that are important for cognitive resilience. Whole grains contain vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support neuronal function, reduce inflammation, and promote overall vascular health. Fiber, in particular, is critical for maintaining healthy blood sugar levels, slow in glucose absorption, and supporting gut microbiota, which recent research increasingly links to brain health. Diets rich in fiber help produce short-chain fatty acids in the gut that have anti-inflammatory effects, enhancing both digestive and cognitive function. When singles replace white bread or bagels with whole grain alternatives like oats, quinoa, or whole grain toast, they provide their body and brain with sustained energy and essential nutrients. Nutritionists emphasize that the long-term impact of repeated high glycemic meals is cumulative. The SADS of consuming refined grains can quietly contribute to neuronal stress, reduced insulin sensitivity, and increased inflammation. Even moderate daily intake can subtly weaken mental clarity and accelerate cognitive aging. By contrast, maintaining stable blood sugar through low glycemic whole grains supports consistent neurotransmitter activity, better memory retention, and sharper focus, particularly in adults over 60. Practical strategies include substituting white bread with whole grain or sprouted bread, choosing steel cut oats instead of instant oatmeal, or incorporating seeds and legumes into morning meals. Pairing these grains with protein and healthy fats further slows glucose absorption, providing steady energy and enhancing brain performance. In summary, white bread and bagels may feel convenient and comforting, but for seniors, they pose a real risk to brain health. Rapid blood sugar spikes, oxidative stress on neurons, and the lack of essential nutrients contribute to cognitive decline over time. Whole grain alternatives offer a simple, effective way to stabilize energy, nourish the brain, and support both gut and cognitive health simultaneously. Making this switch is one of the most practical dietary choices seniors can make to protect memory, mental clarity, and long-term brain resilience. Pastries and sweet baked goods like croissants, muffins, and donuts may seem like harmless treats, but they pose significant risks for seniors. These foods combine two major hazards: refined flour and trans fats. Refined flour is quickly broken down into sugar, causing rapid spikes in blood glucose and insulin. For older adults whose metabolic efficiency naturally declines with age, these spikes can stress blood vessels and impair circulation, including the delicate vessels that supply the brain. Over time, reduced cerebral blood flow affects memory, attention, and the ability to process information efficiently. Trans fats, often used in commercially baked goods to enhance the exchange shelf life, add another layer of risk. Doctors warn that trans fats promote systemic inflammation, damaging the lining of blood vessels and accelerating cardiovascular aging. Chronic inflammation also negatively affects neurons, weakening connections between brain cells and reducing cognitive flexibility. Seniors WHO eat pastries regularly may notice subtle changes, such as slower recall, difficulty focusing, or fatigue after meals, early indicators of cognitive stress caused by these dietary choices. even occasional indulgence can be harmful if it becomes habitual. The brain responds to refined sugar and trans fats via altering neurotransmitter balance, impacting mood and energy regulation. Researchers have observed that diets high in these ingredients correlate with higher rates of memory lapses and diminished executive function in older adults. Over time, this can contribute to more pronounced age-related cognitive decline, affecting daily activities, decision-making. And independent nutritionists emphasize that the cumulative effect of pastries extends beyond the brain. Refined carbohydrates and trans fats also disrupt insulin sensitivity, elevate cholesterol, and engage fat storage on vital organs. These metabolic changes increase the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and stroke conditions that further compromise brain health. For seniors, maintaining clear circulation and balanced blood sugar is essential for both physical and cognitive longevity. Practical alternatives exist for those who crave something sweet. Whole grain baked goods, naturally sweetened with fruit or small amounts of honey, provide fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats without the cognitive risk of pastries. Incorporating nuts, seeds, or Greek yogurt into breakfast or snacks stabilizes blood sugar, supports circulation, and nourishes neurons. By replacing refined baked goods with these nutrient-rich options, seniors can enjoy satisfying flavors while protecting memory and attention. Timing and portion control are also important. Consuming high sugar, high fat pastries in the morning or in large quantities amplifies spikes in blood glucose and inflammation. Eating balanced meals that include protein, healthy fats, and fiber before or alongside occasional treats mitigates their impact. Doctors advise limiting pastries to rare indulgences rather than daily consumption, ensuring that the brain and body remain supported throughout the day. Awareness of the hidden dangers in pastries empowers seniors to make better choices. Even though these foods may taste indulgent, the cost to cognitive function and overall health can be significant if consumed frequently. By understanding how refined flour and trans fats impair circulation and increase inflammation, all the adults can prioritize brain-boosting foods that sustain memory, attention, and long-term cognitive health. Ultimately, avoiding pastries and sweet baked goods protects both mind and body. Seniors, WHO consistently replace these items with wholesome, nutrient-dense alternatives, maintain better blood flow to the brain, reduce systemic inflammation, and support healthy neuron function. Over months and years, these small, mindful decisions add up, helping preserve memory, focus, and overall mental clarity. Prioritizing whole, minimally processed foods ensures that each meal supports longevity and cognitive resilience. Rather than accelerating decline, many flavored yogurts may seem like a convenient, healthy choice, but they often hide a surprising amount of sugar, corn syrup, and preservatives. While yogurt itself is rich in probiotics that support gut health, the added sweetness in commercial varieties can counteract these benefits. Nutritionists warn that for seniors, WHO already face age-related changes in metabolism and insulin sensitivity. Consuming sugar yogurts can lead to spikes in blood sugar, followed by rapid drops, creating fatigue and affecting mental clarity. Research shows that regular intake of sweetened yogurt in older adults is linked to increased insulin resistance and low-grade inflammation. These effects are not just physical, they influence the brain as well. Studies indicate that elevated insulin and chronic inflammation may impair cognitive functions such as short-term memory, attention, and even mood regulation. In one longitudinal study, seniors who frequently consume sugar-laden dairy products performed worse on memory tests than those who favored plain yogurt or unsweetened dairy alternatives. Even small servings of flavor yogurt can have a cumulative effect over time. Many older adults believe yogurt is inherently healthy, but the syrupy fruit flavors and sweet coatings work against the very systems they intend to support. Excess sugar inflames neurons, disrupts blood sugar balance, and can interfere with neurotransmitter signaling, which contributes to brain fog, slower thinking, and difficulty focusing. Some neurologists caution that repeated exposure to high sugar levels in the diet may accelerate cognitive decline in susceptible seniors. Choosing plain yogurt changes a equation. Without added sugar, the probiotics in yogurt flesh, supporting a balanced gut microbiome. A healthy gut indirectly benefits the brain through the gut-brain nexus, enhancing neurotransmitter production, reducing inflammation, and promoting cognitive stability. Seniors, WHO per plain yogurt with fresh berries, nuts, or seeds gain natural sweetness and antioxidants without the risks associated with processed sugars. This combination preserves neuronal function, stabilizes blood sugar, and supports overall brain health. Doctors and dietitians recommend reading labels carefully, looking for yogurts that list only milk and light cultures as ingredients. Avoid products with high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, or artificial flavorings. Preparing yogurt at home or eating whole fruit provides control over sugar intake and maximizes the natural benefits of probiotics. Ultimately, the key is mindful consumption. Yogurt itself is a valuable food for supporting digestion, immunity, and brain function, but added sugars in flavored varieties undermine these advantages. Since whose supplying yogurt, enhanced with fresh fruit or a small handful of nuts, maintains a positive effects on gut bacteria while protecting neurons from inflammation and insulin-related damage. Over time, this small dietary adjustment helps preserve memory, attention, and mental clarity while continuing to support digestive health and overall well-being. Processed breakfast sausages, bacon, and other highly processed meats may seem convenient and tasty, but for singles, they carry hidden risks that extend beyond the waistline. These meats often contain nitrates, added sodium, and compounds called advanced helication end products, or AGS, which form during high-heat processing. While nitrates preserve kale and prevent spoilage, they can convert into reactive molecules that promote oxidative stress that process that damage cells, including neurons in the brain. Sodium, when consumed in excess, contributes not only to high blood pressure but also to vascular inflammation, limiting blood flow to critical areas responsible for memory and cognitive function. AGS, in particular, are a concern for older adults. These compounds accumulate in the body over time and interfere with cellular repair mechanisms. In the brain, they trigger inflammation and oxidative damage that can impair memory, focus, and decision-making. Research studies in WHO regularly consume processed meats have found correlations with higher rates of cognitive decline and a greater risk of developing age-related neurological conditions. Even occasional intake may exacerbate inflammation if combined with other dietary or lifestyle risk factors, making consistent avoidance important for long-term brain health. Natural protein sources offer a safe alternative. Eggs, fish, legumes, and poultry provide essential amino acids without the oxidative stress associated with processed meats. These nutrients support neurotransmitter production, helping maintain memory, concentration, and mood. For example, fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids not only supply high-quality protein but also reduce inflammation in the brain and improve blood flow, supporting cognition. Legumes and eggs deliver vital building blocks for neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and mental clarity. Nutrition is recommend planning breakfast around these natural protein sources to replace processed options. Preparing eggs scrambled or boiled, adding beans to a morning salad, or enjoying smoked salmon or sardines provides a protein-rich start without the harmful additives. Incorporating fruits, vegetables, or whole grains alongside these proteins further enhances antioxidant intake, supporting neuronal repair and protecting the brain from oxidative stress. Experts stress that it is not only the nutrients in processed meats that pose a risk, but also how the body responds to them over time. Chronic exposure to nitrates and AGS can accelerate systemic inflammation, which contributes not only to cognitive decline but also to joint stiffness, vascular aging, and overall energy reduction. By substituting natural proteins, since support both brain function and overall metabolic health, reducing long-term risks while maintaining adequate nutrition. In addition, avoiding processed meats encourages better lifestyle habits overall. Meals built on whole foods tend to be low in sodium, free from artificial preservatives, and rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. This combination supports a healthy cardiovascular system, improved digestion, and sustained mental sharpness, all critical for maintaining independence and quality of life after 60. By choosing natural, nutrient-dense proteins instead of processed breakfast meats, since protect neurons, reduce inflammation, and support long-term cognitive health. Simple changes in morning routines can significantly impact memory, focus, and overall brain resilience, helping older adults maintain mental clarity and energy throughout the day. But and margin may seem like a simple part of a morning routine, but for singles, they can have hidden consequences for both heart and brain health. Many commercially available margarines contain trans fats, while butter is naturally high in saturated fats. Both types of fats contribute to the buildup of plaque in arteries, including those that supply the brain. Over time, this narrowing of blood vessels reduces oxygen and nutrient delivery to neurons, slowing cognitive processes and increasing the risk of memory decline.
Researchers have found that even modest consumption of trans fats can impair endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to dilate and maintain proper circulation. For older adults, whose vascular systems naturally lose flexibility with age, this can further compromise blood flow to the brain. Reduced circulation not only diminishes mental clarity, but also heightens fatigue, making daily activities feel more taxing. doctors note that consistent exposure to these fats may accelerate age-related cognitive decline, particularly in areas of the brain responsible for memory and executive function. Replacing butter or margarine with healthier alternatives can protect both the heart and the brain while still supporting morning energy. Olive oil, for example, contains monounsaturated fats that improve arterial flexibility and reduce inflammation. Avocado provides similar benefits along with fiber and essential micronutrients that support stable blood sugar and sustained energy. Nut butters, when minimally processed, deliver protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants that nourish neurons and enhance mental focus. Nutritionists emphasize that these substitutes maintain satiety and fuel for the morning without compromising vascular or cognitive health. The impact goes beyond circulation. Trans-unsaturated fats also increase systemic inflammation, which further stresses the brain and cardiovascular system. Chronic inflammation is linked to memory impairment, slower processing speed, and higher risk of dementia. By swapping in heart and brain-friendly fats, seniors can reduce inflammation while supporting neuronal resilience. Making these small dietary adjustments in the morning can have cumulative effects over time. Choosing olive oil drizzled on whole grain toast, avocado slices, or a modest spread of almond butter encourages healthier blood flow and preserves brain function. Seniors who adopt these alternatives often experience steadier mental clarity, improved focus, and sustained energy throughout the day. Ultimately, avoiding butter and margarine isn't about eliminating flavor. It's about protecting neurons, supporting circulation, and preventing accelerated cognitive decline. Simple swaps provide a morning boost while safeguarding long-term health, helping seniors maintain both brain sharpness and heart resilience with each meal. Many seniors add coffee creamers to their morning cup without realizing the hidden impact on brain health. Artificially sweetened creamers often contain a mix of flavor chemicals, emulsifiers, and synthetic sweeteners such as sucralose or aspartame. While they make coffee taste richer and sweeter, these additives can subtly affect the nervous system over time. Research suggests that regular consumption may contribute to mild memory lapses, fluctuating mood, and even low-grade inflammation in neurons. Neurologists explain that the brain's chemical balance is sensitive to repeated exposure to artificial compounds. Sweeteners trick the body into expecting sugar, which can disrupt neurotransmitter signaling and interfere with normal dopamine and serotonin function. Over weeks and months, this may translate into moments of forgetfulness, decreased focus, or a more restless mood, particularly in older adults whose nervous systems are already more vulnerable. Some studies also indicate that certain emulsifiers and flavor chemicals in coffee creamers may affect gut health because the gut-brain connection plays a critical role in mood and cognitive function. Disrupting gut balance can indirectly influence brain health. Seniors who regularly consume these creamers may notice subtle cognitive or emotional changes that they do not immediately connect to their morning routine. Health professionals recommend replacing artificial creamers with safer alternatives. Plant-based milks such as oat, almond, or soy provide smooth texture and mild flavor without synthetic chemicals. A splash of natural dairy milk or unsweetened creamers achieves similar richness while minimizing exposure to artificial additives. Some seniors find that these options enhance the natural flavor of coffee while promoting steadier energy and clearer thinking. Even small adjustments make a measurable difference over time. By choosing natural, minimally processed coffee additions, seniors can reduce unnecessary chemical intake and support neuron health. Maintaining this habit daily strengthens the brain's resilience, helping to preserve memory, focus, and emotional stability. In addition, mindful coffee preparation and consumption contribute to the benefits. Drinking coffee slowly, without rushing, allows the body and brain to absorb caffeine in a way that stimulates alertness without triggering spikes in stress hormones. Combining this with a natural creamer reinforces a morning ritual that promotes both pleasure and health, rather than chemical overload. Ultimately, the choice of what goes into the morning coffee cup matters. Seniors who swap artificial creamers for plant-based or unsweetened alternatives protect neurons from unnecessary stress, support gut health, and maintain sharper memory and steadier mood. Over weeks and months, this simple change helps the brain function more efficiently and reduces the subtle cognitive wear that can accumulate with age. Skipping protein at breakfast can quietly undermine brain function, especially in seniors. Protein provides the amino acids needed to produce neurotransmitters, such as acetylcholine, which are essential for memory, focus, and attention. Without these building blocks early in the day, neurons are left undernourished, reducing their ability to communicate efficiently. Over time, this can contribute to cognitive decline, slower thinking, and increased mental fatigue. Researchers emphasize that the brain relies on a steady supply of nutrients each morning to maintain sharpness. Skipping protein disrupts this supply, leaving seniors more prone to memory lapses and difficulty concentrating. Even mild protein deficiencies can affect mood, alertness, and the ability to process information. Some studies suggest that older adults who regularly skip protein in the morning perform worse on memory and attention tests compared to those who include protein-rich foods. Incorporating simple, easy-to-digest protein options at breakfast can counteract these effects. Eggs are a convenient source of complete protein and contain choline, a nutrient directly involved in neurotransmitter synthesis. Greek yogurt provides protein plus probiotics, supporting both brain and gut health. Nuts and seeds supply healthy fats alongside amino acids, further supporting cognitive function. Even a smoothie with protein powder can provide a rapid, digestible boost that sustains energy and mental clarity. Nutritionists point out that combining protein with other nutrient-dense foods amplifies the benefit. Pairing protein with fruits, vegetables, or whole grains supplies antioxidants and vitamins that protect neurons from oxidative stress, which accelerates age-related cognitive decline. This balanced approach ensures that the brain not only receives neurotransmitter precursors, but also the protective compounds necessary for long-term health. Making protein a non-negotiable part of the morning routine helps seniors maintain alertness, support memory, and sustain energy throughout the day. It's not just about building muscles, it's about feeding the brain the nutrients it needs to perform optimally. Consistently including protein-rich options at breakfast can reduce mental fatigue, enhance focus, and preserve cognitive function well into later years. Oatmeal with nuts, berries, and a touch of cinnamon is an ideal breakfast choice for seniors seeking both energy and brain protection. Oats are rich in soluble fiber, which slows the absorption of glucose, preventing sudden spikes in blood sugar that can stress neurons and contribute to cognitive decline over time. Nuts, such as almonds or walnuts, provide healthy fats and vitamin E, which act as antioxidants to combat oxidative stress that damages brain cells. Berries are packed with anthocyanins and other phytochemicals that cross the blood-brain barrier, reducing inflammation and supporting memory. Cinnamon adds not only flavor, but also compounds that may improve insulin sensitivity, helping maintain steady energy levels, and supporting healthy circulation throughout the body. Eggs are another powerful option, supplying high-quality protein and choline, a nutrient critical for the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in memory and learning. Including eggs in breakfast helps preserve lean muscle mass while also providing compounds that support brain function. For seniors, maintaining both muscle and cognitive health is essential for independence and quality of life. Pairing eggs with vegetables or whole grains further enhances nutrient density, stabilizes blood sugar, and ensures sustained energy throughout the morning. Avocado on whole grain bread combines monounsaturated fats with complex carbohydrates. The healthy fats support cell membrane integrity, which is crucial for neuron communication, while whole grains release glucose slowly, reducing stress on the vascular system and improving blood flow to the brain. This combination helps seniors stay alert and focused, particularly during tasks that require sustained attention or memory. The fiber in whole grains also aids digestion, preventing mid-morning fatigue and promoting overall metabolic health. Smoothies offer a versatile and nutrient-dense option for breakfast. Blending leafy greens, seeds, and fruits provides a concentrated source of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Spinach or kale supplies folate and magnesium, which protect neurons and support neurotransmitter synthesis. Seeds like chia, flax, or pumpkin add omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and trace minerals that enhance circulation and reduce inflammation. Fruits such as blueberries or strawberries supply natural sweetness while delivering antioxidants that target oxidative stress in the brain. This combination makes smoothies a convenient, easy-to-digest meal that supports both mental clarity and physical energy. These safe breakfast alternatives help seniors maintain a stable blood sugar profile, which is essential for cognitive health. Spikes and crashes in glucose levels can stress neurons, impair memory, and reduce attention span. Balanced meals rich in protein, healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants provide steady energy, improve circulation, and support the long-term function of the cardiovascular and nervous systems. Nutritionists highlight that these foods are linked to lower dementia risk, enhanced memory retention, and overall brain resilience in adults over 60. Incorporating variety into breakfast ensures comprehensive nutrient coverage. Rotating oatmeal, eggs, avocado, and smoothies allows seniors to receive diverse vitamins and minerals while keeping meals enjoyable. These foods collectively support muscle maintenance, cardiovascular health, and neuroprotection, forming a foundation for daily vitality. Ultimately, choosing nutrient-rich, low-glycemic breakfasts enables seniors to start the day with sustained energy, sharper thinking, and protection against age-related cognitive decline. By prioritizing foods that stabilize blood sugar, improve circulation, and deliver essential antioxidants, seniors can nurture both body and brain every morning, creating a habit that promotes long-term health and independence. Starting the morning with intentional habits can have a profound impact on brain health, especially for seniors. Beyond nutrition, simple routines like drinking warm water, gentle stretching, or taking a short walk activate the body and mind in complementary ways. Warm water not only hydrates but also stimulates digestion and circulation, supporting optimal delivery of nutrients and oxygen to the brain. This early hydration helps prevent fatigue and supports mental clarity as the day begins. Gentle stretching or light walking further enhances circulation, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach key brain regions efficiently. Research shows that increased blood flow promotes neuron health and strengthens the connections that underpin memory and attention. Even a few minutes of mindful movement engages stabilizing muscles, improves balance, and encourages the body to release tension accumulated overnight. Doctors emphasize that this type of low-impact activity is particularly effective for older adults, as it supports both cardiovascular health and cognitive resilience without overtaxing the body. Mindfulness practices, such as deep breathing, meditation, or quiet reflection, complement physical habits by reducing stress and lowering cortisol levels. Chronic stress is known to impair memory and accelerate cognitive decline. So, incorporating calm, focused moments in the morning protects the brain's structure and function. Japanese longevity studies highlight that seniors who adopt mindful routines exhibit improved memory recall, sharper focus, and more stable moods. These practices help the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for planning, decision-making, and memory consolidation, function optimally throughout the day. Combining a nutritious breakfast with movement and mindfulness magnifies the benefits. A meal rich in protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants supplies energy and neuroprotective compounds, while movement and mindful practices ensure that these nutrients are delivered effectively to the brain. This holistic approach aligns body and mind, creating a foundation for sharper thinking, emotional stability, and long-term cognitive preservation. Japanese researchers have observed that seniors who follow this integrated morning routine experience slower cognitive decline compared with those who skip breakfast or start the day with stressful or sedentary habits. Over time, these small, consistent actions contribute to better memory, quicker thinking, and sustained attention. The routine also fosters a sense of control and well-being, which encourages seniors to maintain healthy habits long-term. Morning habits that prioritize hydration, gentle movement, and mindfulness offer a practical, low-risk way to protect brain health after 60. By combining these actions with a balanced breakfast, seniors can enhance circulation, oxygenation, and stress regulation simultaneously. This integrated approach strengthens cognitive function, supports emotional calm, and reduces the risk of memory decline, proving that small daily practices can have lasting benefits for the aging brain.